Welcome to my channel, World Coins Collector. I will tell you about rare coins that are most valuable US history, and these coins make you a millionaire. Please watch this complete video and find your treasure. Top 1. We have something special in store for you. And if you've ever wondered about the value of those old pennies lying around your house or in your coin jar, today's video is going to surprise you. We're talking about the 1992 1-cent penny from the United States, a coin that may look just like any other penny, but it could be worth far more than its face value. Stick with us as we explore this penny's incredible potential, and by the end, you'll be amazed at how much this 1992 penny could be worth. Now, let's dive into the history and background of the 1992 1-cent penny. First off, the design of the penny hasn't changed much over the years. The classic Abraham Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse have been a mainstay for this coin since its introduction in 1909. The 1992 penny is no different in its design, but what sets it apart from many other pennies of its time is its potential rarity and the condition it's found in. Most pennies from this era are often found heavily worn, but if you happen to have a 1992 penny in excellent condition, it could be worth more than just 1 cent. Let's talk about why this seemingly ordinary penny can be so valuable. The most important factor in determining the value of any coin is its condition. A typical penny from 1992, in average circulation, might not be worth much more than face value, but coins that are in mint condition, with little to no wear, can be highly sought after by collectors. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition are far more valuable than those that have been circulating for years. So, if you find a 1992 penny that looks almost brand new, with sharp details and no signs of wear, you might be holding onto something special, but it doesn't stop there. Some of the most valuable pennies are those with minting errors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin's production, and these mistakes often make a coin far more valuable than it would otherwise be. The 1992 penny has had its share of minting errors, and these are the ones that collectors are on the lookout for. One of the most famous errors for the 1992 penny is the close AM variety. In 1992, the US Mint made a small change to the design of the penny, specifically the space between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse of the coin. On most 1992 pennies, there's a noticeable space between the two letters. However, in some cases, the A and M are much closer together, creating a rare variation that's highly coveted by collectors. If you happen to find a 1992 penny with the close AM error, it's a highly valuable coin and could be worth a significant amount more than its face value. Another minting error to look out for is the double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the penny is misaligned or strikes the coin more than once, creating a doubled image on the coin. A double die penny can be a true treasure for collectors, and if you have a 1992 penny with this error, you could be looking at a coin worth a lot more than just 1 cent. These kinds of minting errors are rare, and they make any coin they occur on much more valuable. The 1992 penny is also notable for another important factor, its composition. In 1982, the US Mint made a significant change to the composition of the penny, switching from 95% copper to a mix of copper and zinc. The 1992 penny still contained a significant amount of copper, but the transition to a new composition in the years that followed made earlier copper pennies more desirable to collectors. These older copper pennies, especially those in mint condition or with errors, are highly collectible and valuable. But even if you don't find a 1992 penny with any minting errors or rare characteristics, the coin could still be worth more than face value. As mentioned earlier, the condition of the coin is critical. A penny that's in mint or near mint condition is going to be much more valuable than one that's been worn down from years of use. Collectors are constantly searching for coins that are in the best possible condition to add to their collections, and a well-preserved 1992 penny can easily fetch more than you'd expect. So, how much can a 1992 penny be worth? Well, if you're lucky enough to have one in pristine condition, you could be looking at a value of several dollars. But if your penny has one of those rare minting errors, such as the close AM variety or a double die, the value can skyrocket. Coins with these kinds of errors have sold for thousands of dollars, making the 1992 penny a highly prized coin among collectors. If you want to know the exact value of your 1992 penny, it's important to have it professionally appraised or graded by an expert. A professional numismatist will be able to determine the condition of the coin, check for minting errors, and give you an accurate idea of what it's worth in the current market. Keep in mind that the value of a coin can fluctuate based on demand and rarity, so what might be worth thousands today could change over time. But if you're holding on to a 1992 penny that's in excellent condition or has one of those rare minting errors, you could be sitting on a small fortune. In fact, some of these rare 1992 pennies have sold for as much as $27,000 at auctions, making them one of the most valuable pennies you can find. That's right, $27,000 for a single penny. This is the kind of find that makes coin collecting so exciting and rewarding. So, the next time you find a 1992 penny in your pocket or in your change jar, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for any signs of minting errors, like the close AM or double die varieties. Check the condition of the coin. Does it look like it just came from the mint? If you think you've found something special, consider having it appraised. You could be holding a rare coin that's worth far more than its face value. And there you have it. The 1992 1-cent penny could be worth a whopping $27,000, depending on its condition and any minting errors it may have. Keep your eyes peeled for this valuable treasure, and who knows, you might just have one sitting in your collection right now. Top 2. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins you may have in your collection or even sitting in your pocket right now. If you've ever wondered about the true value of your pennies, particularly the ones from the 1980s, then you're in for a real treat. Yes, we're talking about the 1981-cent penny, and we'll show you why this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a lot more than its face value. Now, most people wouldn't give a second glance to a penny from 1980. After all, it's just 1 cent, right? However, what makes this particular penny so special is the potential hidden value it holds, which is exactly what we'll be exploring in today's video. Stick with us, because this 1980 penny might just be worth way more than you ever imagined. First off, let's take a quick look at the design of the 1980 penny. The penny features the iconic Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with his portrait in profile. On the reverse, we see the classic Lincoln Memorial, which has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1959. While the design might seem familiar, it's the condition and rarity of certain 1980 pennies that make them stand out in the coin collecting world. The first thing to understand is that the value of a coin, especially a penny, is largely determined by its rarity and condition. In 1980, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, and the vast majority of these are in circulation today, worn down by years of use. But here's where things get interesting. While most 1980 pennies are very common, those that are in excellent or uncirculated condition are far more valuable. If you happen to have a 1980 penny that looks as if it just came from the mint, you might be sitting on a small fortune. But wait, it gets even better. There are also some rare variations of the 1980 penny that could significantly increase its value. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for certain minting errors or variations in design, and the 1980 penny is no exception. One such error that can add immense value to your coin is the double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or strikes the penny multiple times, resulting in a doubling effect on the design. If you happen to find a 1980 penny with a double die, especially in the Lincoln Memorial or Lincoln's portrait, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than its face value. Another feature to consider is the quality of the strike. Pennies that were struck with more force or precision tend to have sharper details, while coins struck with less force may appear softer or have a less clear design. The sharper the details, the more desirable the coin becomes to collectors. This is especially important for the 1980 penny, as collectors often prefer coins with clear, crisp features, which can greatly increase its value. But we're not done yet. Another critical factor in determining the value of your 1980 penny is its mint mark. You might have noticed a small letter on the coin, just beneath Abraham Lincoln's portrait. This is the mint mark, and it tells us where the coin was produced. In 1980, the U.S. Mint had facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most pennies from this year were minted in Philadelphia, but those with a mint mark of D for Denver or S for San Francisco are often more sought after by collectors, particularly if they are in excellent condition or feature a rare minting error. So, what makes the 1980 penny so valuable? It's not just about rarity, it's about finding the right combination of factors. If you come across a 1980 penny that's in great condition, with a sharp strike, and perhaps even has a minting error like a double die or is from one of the other mints, you could be holding on to a coin that is worth much more than you ever imagined. But how much are we talking about? A regular 1980 penny, even in excellent condition, can still fetch more than just 1 cent. But when it comes to the most valuable 1980 pennies, those with rare minting errors, perfect strikes, or exceptional condition, the value can skyrocket into the thousands of dollars. That's right. Some of these rare 1980 pennies have sold for as much as $40,000 at auctions. If you happen to have a 1980 penny that is in exceptional condition or has a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth a staggering $40,000. It's important to note that the coin market can fluctuate, and prices can vary based on demand, condition, and error types. However, coins with errors, especially those in near mint or uncirculated condition, are highly coveted by collectors, and this can make them extremely valuable. If you've got a 1980 penny and you think it might be worth more than just 1 cent, it's worth taking a closer look. Examine the coin carefully for any minting errors or features that set it apart from a regular penny. Look for sharp details, a clear strike, and a perfect finish. Don't forget to check the mint mark as well. If your penny shows signs of being in mint or near mint condition, or if you spot a rare minting error, you could be in possession of a valuable treasure. So, what's the bottom line? If you're lucky enough to have a 1981-cent penny with the right characteristics, especially in pristine condition or with a minting error like a double die, you could be holding onto a coin worth a jaw-dropping $40,000. That's right, $40,000 for a single penny. Imagine finding one of these hidden gems in your collection or pocket change. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. How can I tell if my 1980 penny is worth such a huge sum? The answer is simple. Have it professionally appraised or graded by a certified numismatist. They can examine the coin, evaluate its condition, and determine its true value. If you do have a rare 1980 penny, you could be looking at a significant windfall, so it's worth getting it checked out by an expert. So, the next time you dig through your change jar or come across a 1980 penny, take a moment to inspect it closely. Who knows? You might just have a rare, valuable coin sitting right in front of you. If it's in great condition or has a minting error, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history that's worth $40,000. Top 3. We're diving into a coin that you might have overlooked in your collection or found tucked away in a drawer somewhere. It's a simple coin, but it's packed with potential value, and that's what makes it so exciting. Yes, we're talking about the 1998 1-cent penny. Now, most people see pennies as just a piece of change, but let me tell you, some pennies are worth far more than you might think. And today, we're going to explore why this particular 1998 penny could be worth a lot more than its face value. If you're a coin collector or just someone who's curious about rare finds, this is definitely a video you want to watch until the end. We'll explain everything from the features that make this penny unique to the factors that could make it one of the most valuable pennies in circulation today. Whether you're new to coin collecting or you've been in the game for years, you might just have a rare gem sitting in your pocket change.So. What's so special about the 1998 1-cent penny? Let's start with the basics. The 1998 penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has been part of American coinage since 1909. The reverse side of the coin displays the Lincoln Memorial, which was used from 1959 until 2008. At first glance, the 1998 penny looks just like any other, but what makes it valuable is its rarity and condition. First, let's talk about the condition of the coin. The vast majority of 1998 pennies are worn down after years of being used in circulation. They may have scratches, dents, or faded features, making them far less valuable to collectors. However, if you happen to have a 1998 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, then you could be looking at a coin worth far more than just 1 cent. A penny that has been well preserved, with sharp, clear details and minimal wear, is much more desirable to collectors. But there's more to it than just condition. The key to understanding the true value of the 1998 penny lies in its rarity. In coin collecting, rarity is one of the biggest factors that determine a coin's value. The more rare the coin, the higher the demand, and consequently, the higher the price. While millions of 1998 pennies were minted, there are certain factors that can make a specific coin more rare and valuable. One such factor is a minting error. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production of the coin, making it different from the intended design. Some minting errors can dramatically increase the value of a coin. For example, a double die error is when the design is struck onto the coin multiple times, creating a doubling effect on certain details. If you find a 1998 penny with a double die, especially in Lincoln's portrait or the Lincoln Memorial, it could be worth much more than its regular counterpart. Coins with these kinds of errors can fetch thousands of dollars at auction, and they're highly sought after by collectors. Another factor to consider is the mint mark. The mint mark is a small letter on the coin that indicates where it was minted. In 1998, pennies were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint, with a D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint, with an S mint mark, although this was primarily for proof coins. Pennies from certain mints can be more valuable depending on their rarity. For example, a 1998 penny minted in San Francisco might be worth more than one minted in Philadelphia or Denver, particularly if it's in exceptional condition or has a rare minting error. As we explore further, it's important to note that a penny's value is also influenced by the demand among collectors. Some years, mints, and specific variations can experience a surge in popularity, driving up the price. The 1998 penny is one of those coins that, depending on the condition and any unique errors or features, can experience an increase in demand, making it a highly desirable find for collectors. Now, let's talk about the exciting part. How much can your 1998 penny be worth? While the average 1998 penny may only be worth a few cents, those that are in exceptional condition, feature minting errors, or are rare variations can be worth a small fortune. In fact, if you have a 1998 penny in near mint or uncirculated condition, with the right features, it could be valued at a much higher price. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The most valuable 1998 pennies can fetch as much as $20,000 at auction. That's right, $20,000 for a single penny. If you've got a 1998 penny that's in fantastic condition, or perhaps one with a minting error like a double die, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Even pennies that are not in perfect condition, but have rare characteristics, can command a premium price. The key is knowing what to look for and understanding what makes the 1998 penny special. It's all about the rarity, the minting errors, and the condition of the coin. Now, how can you tell if your 1998 penny is worth $20,000? First, inspect the coin closely. Look for any minting errors or doubling on the design. Examine the condition of the penny. If it's crisp, clear, and almost like new, it could be worth much more than face value. Also, check the mint mark to see where the coin was made. If you suspect that your penny might be rare or valuable, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a numismatist. A certified coin grader can assess the coin's condition and determine its true value. So, why should you care about the 1998 1-cent penny? Because this is a coin that's more than just pocket change. With the right features, condition, and rarity, your 1998 penny could be worth $20,000 or more. Imagine finding one of these pennies in your collection or in your spare change and discovering that it's worth a small fortune. In conclusion, the 1998 1-cent penny is a coin that's often overlooked, but it has the potential to be one of the most valuable pennies in circulation. Whether it's due to its minting errors, exceptional condition, or rare features, this penny could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So, the next time you come across a 1998 penny, take a moment to inspect it carefully. You might just be holding onto a coin worth $20,000. Top 4. We've got an exciting find for you, and it's one that could be hiding right in your pocket change. That's right, we're talking about the 1976 1-cent penny from the United States of America. Now, when you think of a penny, you probably think of something worth just 1 cent. Nothing more, nothing less. But did you know that certain pennies, especially from specific years, can be worth a small fortune? That's right. If you have a 1976 penny in your collection, it could be worth far more than its face value, and we're here to tell you why. The 1976 penny might look like any other standard copper penny at first glance, but let me assure you, it's not just an ordinary coin. To understand the real value of this penny, you need to know a bit about its history, its design, and why some of these pennies have skyrocketed in value. So let's dive in and explore what makes the 1976 1-cent penny such an interesting and potentially valuable coin. To start, let's talk about the year 1976. It was a monumental year in American history. Not only was it the United States bicentennial, marking 200 years since the nation's founding, but this year saw some unique changes in coinage design, especially for the quarter and the half dollar. But did you know that the penny also has some ties to the bicentennial? Let's take a closer look. The 1976 penny was minted during a time when the U.S. Mint was focused on celebrating the nation's 200th anniversary. Although the penny itself did not receive a special bicentennial redesign like the quarter, the Mint still produced millions of these coins in various conditions, some of which ended up being far more valuable than others. The 1976 penny features the classic design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that was in use on pennies from 1959 until 2008. While the design itself is nothing new or groundbreaking, what sets this penny apart is its rarity and the potential for mint errors. Minting errors can significantly increase the value of a coin, and the 1976 penny is no exception. Let's talk about what to look for if you want to determine if your 1976 penny is worth something special. First, let's talk about condition. If you have a 1976 penny that is in excellent, uncirculated condition, it will undoubtedly be worth more than a penny that has been heavily worn or damaged. Coins that are still shiny and have sharp, clear details are always in higher demand among collectors. A 1976 penny in uncirculated condition can fetch a pretty penny at auction, especially if it has been properly preserved. So if you find a 1976 penny that looks like it's barely seen the light of day, you could be in luck. But the real gold mine here could be a minting error. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production of the coin. Whether it's a misstrike, double die, or other unusual flaw, minting errors can make a coin extraordinarily valuable. For the 1976 penny, there are a few key minting errors to keep an eye out for that could make your coin worth far more than just 1 cent, for instance. A double die error is a relatively common minting flaw that occurs when the design is struck onto the coin multiple times. This results in a doubling effect, making the lettering or features on the coin appear blurry or thicker than usual. If you have a 1976 penny with a noticeable double die, particularly around the date or Lincoln's portrait, this could be a game changer. Double die errors are highly sought after by collectors, and depending on the extent of the error, they can drastically increase the coin's value. Another type of minting error to look for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. An off-center 1976 penny, especially one that is missing part of Lincoln's portrait or the memorial, can be a rare find and can command a much higher price. Additionally, there are some variations in the 1976 penny based on where it was minted. The U.S. Mint produces coins in different locations, and some coins from certain mints are rarer than others. For example, the 1976 penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Some pennies from the Philadelphia Mint have a subtle, but important, distinction. These pennies lack a mint mark, while those minted in Denver have a D mint mark. The rarity of certain mints or specific minting variations can also increase the value of a penny, particularly if it's in excellent condition or has a minting error. So, what can you expect to get for a 1976 penny that's in good condition? Or even better, a rare coin with a minting error? Well, the answer might surprise you. While most 1976 pennies in average condition are worth just a few cents, if you have one that's in pristine condition, with no wear and tear, or better yet, a rare minting error, your 1976 penny could be worth a lot more. Coins like these can be auctioned for prices that range in the thousands of dollars. But it doesn't stop there. The most valuable 1976 pennies are those with exceptional minting flaws or those in pristine, uncirculated condition. If you happen to have a 1976 penny with a rare minting error, like a double die or off-center strike, it could be worth upwards of $60,000. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000 for a single penny. That's the potential value of a well-preserved, error-free 1976 penny with a notable minting flaw. Can you imagine finding one of these coins in your change or in your collection? It's a coin that's not just valuable, but also a piece of American history. The 1976 penny, with its ties to the bicentennial and the unique features that set it apart from other pennies, is one that any serious coin collector will want to add to their portfolio. And if it's one of the rare error coins, you could be looking at a significant return on your investment. So, how can you find out if your 1976 penny is worth $60,000? The first step is to inspect the coin carefully. Look for any unusual features, such as doubling in the design, off-center strikes, or any other flaws that might make the coin unique. Pay close attention to the condition of the coin. If it's still shiny and has sharp features, you're off to a good start. And remember, if you suspect your penny might be rare or valuable, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a numismatist. A certified coin grader can assess its condition and determine its true value. In conclusion, the 1976 1-cent penny is far more than just a simple piece of change. Whether it's due to its unique design, the historical significance of the year, or the possibility of rare minting errors, this penny has the potential to be worth a small fortune. So, the next time you come across a 1976 penny, take a moment to inspect it carefully. You could be holding onto a coin worth $60,000. Top 5. We have an incredible discovery that could turn your spare change into a treasure trove of wealth. We're talking about the 1979 1-cent penny from the United States, a coin that might seem like just another penny, but in reality, it could be worth a small fortune. You're about to learn why the 1979 penny is a rare gem and how it could fetch a whopping price of $55,000. Yes, you heard that right, $55,000. So, if you're ready to find out how a simple penny could make you thousands, stay tuned. When you think of a penny, you probably think of something that is only worth 1 cent. After all, a penny is the smallest unit of currency in the United States. But as many experienced coin collectors will tell you, there's so much more to a penny than meets the eye. Every year, certain pennies become highly sought after due to factors like minting errors, rare variations, or simply being in pristine condition. Today, we're going to focus on a very special penny, the 1979 1-cent penny. You might be wondering, what makes the 1979 penny so valuable? After all, thousands of them were minted, and many of them still exist in circulation today. But there's more to this story than meets the eye. Let's dive into why the 1979 penny could be worth $55,000 if you have the right one. First, let's talk about the history behind this penny. The 1979 penny was minted during a time when the United States was experiencing economic shifts. The coin itself features the classic design that has been used on pennies since 1909. The profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's a design that has become iconic over the years, and despite being struck millions of times, it still holds a lot of value to collectors today. Now, here's where things get interesting. While the basic design of the 1979 penny might not stand out, there's one key reason why this penny could be worth a small fortune: minting errors. Yes, you read that correctly. Minting errors are what turn a regular penny into a highly valuable collectible. And the 1979 penny is no exception. The 1979 penny is particularly interesting because it is known for a variety of minting errors that have made some coins from this year incredibly valuable. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die. This error happens when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing a doubling effect on the image. This means that the date, inscriptions, and other parts of the design appear to be double-stamped on the coin. If you happen to find a 1979 penny with a noticeable double die, particularly around the date or Lincoln's portrait, you could be holding on to a very rare and valuable coin. Another common minting error to look for is an off-center strike. This happens when the penny is not properly aligned when it's being minted. As a result, part of the coin's design is missing or misaligned, creating a distinctive error. An off-center 1979 penny can be a rare find and one that collectors are eager to get their hands on. In some cases, these off-center pennies can fetch thousands of dollars, depending on how severe the misalignment is. Additionally, there are some other variations of the 1979 penny that have captured the attention of collectors. Some pennies were minted in different locations, and variations in the mint mark or lack of a mint mark can increase the rarity and value of the coin. For example, the 1979 pennies minted in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those minted in Denver have the D mint mark. These differences might seem subtle, but they can make a significant difference in the value of the coin. It's also important to remember that the condition of the coin plays a major role in its value. A 1979 penny that is in pristine, uncirculated condition is worth much more than one that has been heavily worn or damaged. Coins with sharp, clear details, bright color, and minimal wear are highly sought after by collectors. So if you have a 1979 penny that looks like it's barely seen the light of day, you could be looking at a real treasure. But let's get to the exciting part. How much can you actually get for a 1979 penny if you find the right one? The value of these pennies can vary dramatically depending on their condition, minting errors, and rarity. While most 1979 pennies in average condition are only worth a few cents, the real jackpot lies in the rare ones with minting errors or those in perfect condition. The 1979 penny, with its historical significance and potential for minting errors, can be worth far more than you might think. So, how much are we talking about here? Well, depending on the rarity and condition, a 1979 penny with a minting error or one that is in excellent, uncirculated condition could sell for upwards of $55,000. Yes, you read that right, $55,000 for a single penny. That's the potential value of a 1979 penny with a double die error, a rare off-center strike, or one in perfect condition. It's truly remarkable how something as simple as a penny can turn into a high-value collectible. Imagine finding a 1979 penny with one of these rare errors in your pocket change or in your collection. The excitement of discovering a penny worth thousands of dollars is a thrill that every coin collector dreams of. Whether it's a double die error or an off-center strike, finding a valuable 1979 penny could change your life. So, how can you find out if your 1979 penny is worth a small fortune? The first step is to examine your coins carefully. Look for any minting errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or other unique features. Pay attention to the condition of the coin as well. If it's shiny and well-preserved, you're off to a great start. And if you think you've found a rare 1979 penny, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a coin expert. A professional grader can assess the coin's value and help you determine its worth. In conclusion, the 1979 1-cent penny is far more than just a common coin. With its potential for rare minting errors and its historical significance, this penny could be worth a lot more than you'd expect. Whether it's due to a double die error, an off-center strike, or its pristine condition, the 1979 penny has the potential to be worth up to $55,000. So, next time you're digging through your change, keep an eye out for this valuable coin. You could be holding onto a small fortune. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and how to spot valuable pennies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you ever found a rare penny or any other collectible coin? Let us know. And as always, happy coin hunting!